all IAS aspirants, and welcome to the test discussion for the current affair. In the current affair, the first question is, the green highway policy will not help in, and the options are number A, increasing the forest cover of India, B, reducing erosion, C, cutting down pollution, D, reducing the land acquisition required for road construction. Here the answer would be D, because you know that what exactly is the green highway policy. As per the green highway policy, we have to plant the forest on the both side of the road, so that it will provide the dual benefit. One side we will go through a kind of afforestation, and the other is it will also provide the shadow to our road, and also different kind of percolation and the groundwater recharging process will take place. So in this way, now new drive the Government of India has started, and that is the green highway policy. Here it will do forestation, it will reduce erosion, it will reduce the pollution level also. Only the D is not correct, and hence the D is the right answer. Question number 2 in the current affair. Organization of Petroleum Export Countries, that is OPEC, is. So we have to talk what exactly is the OPEC. Here the basic motto for the formation of OPEC is to safeguard the countries which are engaged in the production and export of the petroleum, so that they can get the right price in the world global market. So regarding that, there are options, but basically you know OPEC, it is a world organization of some countries, so it is not a private company. And now we will go to see option and easily we will get the answer. Option A, that is Joint Arab Private Firm that manages oil exports from Middle East. So it is not a firm, it is the organization. So answer option A is not correct. Option B, an oil cartel that jointly changes prices and supply of oil. Yes, this is correct, because it is a group of the different countries, they form the OPEC. OPEC is a kind of the oil cartel, and it will control the price and the supply of the oil, and hence option B is correct. Even I will see other options for your clarification. Option C is a conglomeration of the Arab American companies with the exclusive right to extract and export petroleum from the Arab nation. So it is not Arab American. Generally these companies are located, these countries are located in the Middle East and the Africa, and it's not good to say the Arab and American, and hence we will not go with option C. Option D, a political entity set up by all Arab oil companies to supervise extraction and the production of the oil and natural gas from the Middle East. It is not only the Middle East, even some of the African countries are also included in the OPEC, and hence we will not go with option D. Hence option B is only correct. Next, if you come on question number 3, that is Indradhanush strategy recently launched by the government related to. Many a student directly can reply that Mission Indradhanush is related to vaccination. Like we are lacking in the complete vaccination of the each and every nooks and corners of the India, remote location of the India. And in that situation, in 2014 we started, the current government of the Narendra Modi started Indradhanush mission, and hence people will take that. However, that is not correct. This is a new policy which came again in 2015. So Indradhanush policy is related to 2015, and Indradhanush mission is related to 2014. Indradhanush mission is related to the health and Indradhanush policy is related to the banking sector. You know about the NPA. NPA means non-performing assets. Like if a bank is having 100 rupee, out of the 100 rupee, 20 rupee has gone in such kind of debt which is not easily recoverable. They are not able to recover those loans and debts, and those loans and debts are called NPA. And this is related to NPA. The government will fund, other organization, financial organization will fund the 7 public sector banks so that they will come out of this kind of disadvantage and negative impact on the banking, and that is called the policy Indradhanush. Let us see the option and you will get the idea. Option A, improving the vaccination rates in the rural India. This is incorrect. Making solar power more accessible to canal irrigation area. This is incorrect. Revamping public sector bank in India. Yes, this is only the correct option. We have revamped, we have energized, we have to empower. How to empower? By putting the extra fund that we are doing through the Indradhanush strategy. So answer C is correct. We will go with the next question, that is, consider the following statements about a species. They are generally found in warm and tropical water, primarily in the Pacific and Indian Ocean. If I say tropical water, means the water which is in the tropical region, that is 0 to 30 degree north and 0 to 30 degree south. So tropical and warm water, we are talking about those kind of organism, those kind of organism, that is the animal. Number 2, option number 2, they are listed as endangered species in the IUCN Red Data Book. Yes, that fauna should be also listed in Red Data Book of IUCN. IUCN means International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. IUCN means International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, that is called IUCN. So this is second hint. Now third hint about the animal. Recently, Odisha government has imposed a temporary ban on fishing to protect them. Yes, the Odisha government near the Puri coast, they have imposed on the fishing. The fishermen cannot do the fishing for the 5 to 6 months because fishing will cause the issue to that endangered animal. Now you have to reply, what is the name of that endangered animal? So options are provided. Let us see the option. Option number A, Eastern River Cooter. This is not the right answer. Longcomb sawfish, not the right answer. Hawksbill turtle, not the right answer. None of the above. This is the right answer. Why? Because olive ridley sea turtle, always in the newspaper and mainly in the Hindu newspaper, you will see description about the olive ridley sea turtle. They are quite endangered. They are vulnerable and they will become the rare species, extinct if we will not safeguard it. There are different level of safeguarding mechanism. So, as the fishermen will go to do the fishing, during the fishing in the net, this olive ridley sea turtle will also come and we need to avoid that, and hence it is required to put the ban on the fishing. Due to that reason, the government of Odisha and they have done the ban on the fishing for the 5 to 6 month time in the Puri coast. Now we will see the next question. Hence answer is D. Now next question, that is in the current affair. This is question number 5 in the current affair. E-Sahyog pilot project was recently launched by the government. For what? Means we have to say that e-Sahyog project, pilot project of the government is related to what kind of purpose? You know about the current strategy of the government. We are going with the digital India. We are going with the e-governance. We are going with the e-Bij. e-Bij is a kind of the site of the government. Through that you will get all the licenses through the online only. You don't need to apply, because if you go to apply through offline process, many officers will ask the bribe from you. There is a corruption in that, and due to that we are making the things online. So this is also one of such a step which will help our digital India, and through that we will be able to check the corruption and we will able to reduce the bribe. So e-Sahyog is related to the cooperation which is required to be done from the side of all the income tax officers and commissioners. They can receive the messages and the email and other communication through the electronic devices. They should not ask the income taxpayer to come in the office of income tax, rather through the online mechanism, through the communication on the mail and the chatting and the SMS, they need to resolve all the items. And that new policy of the government is called e-Sahyog. So here for the e-Sahyog, we will directly tick option C, and that is facilitating taxpayers to reduce their need to physically appear before tax authority. They don't need to go and appear before the tax authority, rather than everything has to be done through the e-communication, that is the mail, chat, mobile phone, telephony and other mechanism. Now we will go to the next question. Identify the correct statement on the breakthrough energy coalition. Here there are two statements. Number one, it is aimed at future energy solution for zero carbon future. So it is correct regarding energy coalition. We have to talk what exactly is the energy coalition. Here the different nations, including India and the US, are doing cooperation. They have increased the amount to be provided for the research and development in the energy sector, so that we can come with the better innovation and ideas of the clean energy, renewable energy. Here many nations of the world are doing the cooperation in India and the US, and we are the leading nations, and hence the option statement number 1 is correct. Now second, the coalition is strongly promoting the solar and the wind energy. Yes, the solar and wind energy, they are the part of the renewable energy, and hence this is also correct option. And option 3, that is the coalition want to involve with both research and policy areas of the government. Yes, the government has to give the more fund for the research and development, and at the same time the policy, the idea, the thesis of the government that need to be revamped, those need to be improved, so that better environment for the research and development should be present, and hence this is also correct. So all the answers statements are correct, statement number 1, 2, 3, and hence we will go with the option D, and that is the meaning of energy coalition. Now next question, which of the following are MDG 2015 targets which have been achieved by the India? you know, Millennium Development Goal was started in 2000. It is to be finished by the 2015. It is to be finished. It is to be finished by the 2015 31st December. There were 8 goals, and on the basis of the 8 goals, every nation will be judged that a particular nation has achieved how many goals out of the 8 goals? That is required to be analyzed. So here we are going to see out of the 8 goals, how many goals are there, and I will provide the data to you, and you will analyze whether we have achieved the goal or not achieved the goal. Option 1, universal primary education. The target was, in the universal primary education, we need to achieve 100% education. So you will surprise how it is possible to achieve 100% education or literacy or whatever. It is possible. We are not asking the old people to be literate, because we know that person who is 70-year-old and illiterate, he will not become literate in his lifetime. We know this basic fact. What is our demand? Our demand is one. Whoever is taking birth, who is 5 to 10-year-old children, 12-year-old children, that child has to be educated and illiterate, and that was the goal of the Millennium Development Goal 2015. We have achieved the literacy level of the male children of 94%, and we have achieved the literacy level of the female children 92%. So it is not 100%, it is not 100%, and hence we can say that we are lagging behind with very less amount. However, we are about to achieve, but we have not achieved, and this is fact. So goal 1 is not achieved. Reverse the spread of HIV/AIDS. Very correct. This was one of the goal, and the target was not this, that we have to completely eradicate HIV and AIDS like the polio, because for the polio 100% eradication was required. We know basic fact, we cannot remove the AIDS 100%, not at all possible for us. It's a communicable disease, is present in ourselves. It spreads due to unsafe habits, and due to that is 100% cannot be removed. So in the HIV/AIDS we have gone with the negative, negative data. It means earlier if 100 HIV/AIDS person were there, now only this year 80 came in our data, and hence this is achieved for HIV/AIDS, and also we have achieved in malaria and TB disease. So this goal is achieved. Now goal 3, eliminate poverty from the urban area. See, there was a goal to eliminate poverty, but not only in the urban area and or in the rural area, but the requirement was in 1990 our BPL level was 47.8%. It was told that we had to do 50% of this level in 2015. So 50% of this percentage, that is 23.9%, and currently the poverty level is only 21%. So in the poverty, already India has achieved the Millennium Development Goal, but here it has not to be discussed in the urban and rural, but overall we have achieved. So due to urban is given, this statement is not correct. Otherwise, we have achieved the target in the poverty also. So in this question, we will go with option 2 only, that answer is C. Of this question we have achieved, and hence the answer is D. D for Delhi. Now next question. Which of the following sectors in India is the largest greenhouse gas emitter in India? You know about the energy sector. Who is the worst polluter and which is the worst kind of the energy? You will see this is the thermal energy. You burn the coal, you emit not only carbon dioxide but also the PM2.5, the PM10, other particulate matters and sulfur dioxide, different nitrogen oxides, other poisonous gases. Carbon cannot be burnt 100% except in few technology, like some of the technology, better technology are supercritical thermal power station. So we are not talking only about that. So this thermal energy, coal energy, that is the most polluting energy, and hence energy sector is contributing, because our energy is dominated by the thermal energy in the India. So energy sector is contributing 67% the CO2 emission in the India. That is number 1 polluter of the India. Number 2 polluter of the India, that is agriculture sector. Now you will say, how agriculture sector? Due to agriculture, we have green grasses, we have green wheat plant and green paddy plant, and the green arhar pulse plant. Then how I am saying that those agriculture practices are causing the pollution? Yes, they are causing pollution. How? You need the underground water to do the irrigation. You will use the diesel, and the diesel will do the pollution. You want the urea, and to make urea, you have to make ammonia. And to make ammonia, it is the Haber process, hydrogen and nitrogen. You are going to use the energy, the coal, the petroleum to make the ammonia, and making of this all fertilizer and burning of the diesel and other agriculture practices, and they cause the they cause the pollution like emission of CO2. So here it is the second most polluter, 20%, and the third is industrial sector, and the fourth is the waste of the urban and rural area. So which is the most polluting sector of the India? And that is the energy sector, and mainly dominated by the thermal energy, and thermal energy has contribution around 70% in the power sector of the India. Answer is B. Next question. Consider following about the Lalit Kala Academy or the National Academy of the Art. Lalit Kala Academy. Option A, statement number 1. It is an autonomous organization. Yes, this is an autonomous organization. Autonomy doesn't mean that central government cannot intervene. UPSC is also autonomous organization. Election Commission is also autonomous organization. RBI is also autonomous organization. But many a time we have to interfere, or at least we make the policy for the better functioning of those autonomous institutions in the democracy like India. Apart from that, certainly we can remove the management and the functioning in the case of the malfunction of that particular organization. And here the same example we are going to put as per the current affair news. So it is autonomous organization, this is correct. Number 2, it has the mandate of the performing research in the field of arts. Yes, it will do the research in the field of arts. So this is correct. Number 3, government cannot take the management control of academy. This is wrong statement. Government can take the management provided there is a misgovernance of the institution, malfunctioning of the institution, and the best example that in 2015, due to the mismanagement of this particular academy, the government has taken the control in its hand for some time, and again we will depute the board for the better functioning of the institution. So here only statement 1, 2 are correct. Answer is A for apple. Now next question. Consider following statements regarding the Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana. What is the Khanij Kshetra? Khanij means mineral. Kshetra means area. Mineral area. Mineral is a natural resource. Fine. You will say it is good. We have a lot of minerals. And by doing the mining of the mineral, we will become rich nation. That is also fine. But you enjoy the gold, you enjoy the steel, you will enjoy in the Delhi metro also. Steel is used in making of the Delhi metro platform and the rails. But think about the area where we are doing the mining. Ultimately, the land, air and the water will get polluted if you do the mining in a particular area. And hence, it is our responsibility and the responsibility of the company which is engaged in the mining processes, that they have to give certain fund, and that fund should not only go to the central government and state government, but that has to go to the district where the mining is taking place, because it is the responsibility of the mining company to improve the air, water and the soil of that region which is getting polluted. And here we have made a fund, and this year we have come with this particular Yojana. So, as per the Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana, we have come with one fund. The name of the fund is District Mineral Foundation Fund. District Mineral Foundation Fund. As per this fund, whatever royalty provided to the state government, 30% of that will go to district fund. 30% of the royalty will go to the district fund to remove the pollution. But if the company, mining company is older than 12th January 2015, mining company is older than 12th January 2015, then it will not give the 30%, it will only give 10%. So for old company, mining company 10%, for old mines, it is only 10% to be given to the district fund, but for the new mining projects, 30% has to go to the district fund, and the district fund will improve the environment in the district wherever pollution is there. It has come as per a particular act which has passed in our parliament. The act is Mines and Mineral Development and Regulation Amendment Act 2015, and as per that only we have come with this particular fund, District Mineral Foundation Fund. So here if you go with the all statement, I have given already description. If you go with all the statement, you will find the answer B is correct, that is 2, 3, 4. Options are correct. Option 1 and 5 are not correct. Just I will read out why option 1 is not correct. PMKKY scheme is not binding on the state government. Why not? It should be binding on the state government. Why not? A state had to mandate the mining company, and a state is also obliged to give 30% of the royalty to the district fund, and hence it is also binding on the state, and hence option statement 1 is incorrect. So 2, 3 and 4 are correct. Answer is B. We will go question number 11 in the current affair. Consider following statements The European Space Agency's Rosetta was the first mission designed to orbit and land on the Pluto. Go do the research that what is Rosetta. Rosetta, it is the mission sent by the European Space Agency. Not now, it is the old mission, 2004. But there are certain news in 2014 and 15, hence we have placed in the current affair section. So, it was not designed and launched for the Pluto, but basically it was launched for the comet. Comet means a kind of a rotating star having a big tail, and that is called comet. So it was for the comet, and name of the comet was Comet 67P. Comet 67P. So it was not for the Pluto, hence this option is incorrect. However, option 2 is, it is the first space mission to journey beyond the main asteroids belt. Yes, it is beyond the asteroids belt and relies solely on the solar cell for the power generation rather than traditional radioisotope thermal. Yes, it has very good technology, improved technology, and option 2 is correct, and hence answer is the B. Now question number 12, sorry. As per the current affair, this is question number 12. In the question paper, maybe the different question number. So question number 12 of current affair. The 6 satellites recently launched successfully by the PSLV C-29 belongs to. This is completely a factual question, and you can solve by reading the newspaper daily on daily basis. So please put your habit to read the newspaper on the daily basis, because now completely main and the PT and the everything is completely and completely current affair. Everything is linked with the current affair. So it has come in the news, and the answer is C, that is Singapore. All the 6 satellites by the PSLV C-29 have been sent, and those satellites belong to Singapore. Answer is C. Now question number 13. Consider following statements. Jal Kranti Abhiyan is a mass awareness program launched by the government with the objective of recovering receding underground water table, river basin planning and irrigation water management, conservation and rejuvenation of traditional resources. Fine, correct. Because this is Jal Kranti Abhiyan, we should focus the percolation of the water. We should do afforestation. The underground water will get recharged by the percolation, and hence the table of the groundwater will come up. It will help us, and it is Jal Kranti Abhiyan. So option 1 is correct. Statement 1 is correct. Statement 2. The activities proposed under the program include Jal Gram Yojana. Yes, Jal Gram Yojana. Development of the model command area. Yes, we have to develop the command area also. Like, what is command area? Because many people get confused in the concept of command area itself. So command area means a group of 40-50 villages, comprehensive and joint irrigation plan, mechanism of discharging of the underground water, so that famine like situations should not come, and moisture, soil moisture and the underground water should be maintained adequately, and that is the meaning of the command area development. So this is also correct statement, statement number 2, and both are correct regarding Jal Kranti Abhiyan, and the answer is C. Now we will come question number 14 in the current affair. India recently signed swap agreement with ASEAN member country. Now I will ask you, what is the meaning of ASEAN? ASEAN means Association of Southeast Asia, Asian nation. Like in Southeast of Asia, there are 10 nations, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Many people, they want to go Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam. That very nice place. People want to go and see the places. That is good. We need to visit all the places in the world. It will diversify your personality and the knowledge also. So, ASEAN. This is not related to ASEAN. We have not signed the currency swap deal with the ASEAN. Now the first question, what is the meaning of the swap agreement? Let us say you have rupee, you are going to New York, you have to buy something in the New York, but you don't have dollar, but 1 lakh rupee is there in the pocket. With the rupee you will not get the water also in the New York. What you will eat and what you will drink, how you will go to enjoy your party, that is the difficulty. So, I will do the conversion of the rupee into the dollar, and that is the meaning of the swap. So, let us say dollar is not there with the Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has only the local currency. I will ask, you give me the local currency, I will give you the dollar. Or even you don't give me the local currency, I will give you $1 million, you enjoy your time for 6 months, and after 6 months time, you please pay me back $1 million. Particularly with the Sri Lanka, we have a grant of $1.1 billion, means we can give, our RBI can give the Sri Lankan Central Bank $1.1 billion for 6 months time. And after 6 months, they have a responsibility to return back to India. And that is the meaning of swap agreement. India has signed the swap agreement with all the nations of SAARC, not the ASEAN. And statement 1 is wrong, because here ASEAN is written, not the SAARC. So 1 is wrong. Now statement 2. The swap agreement is intended to provide a backstop line of funding of ASEAN members countries to meet any balance of payment and liquidity crisis. Yes, the swap will help in solving the issue of balance of payment. This is fine, but this is not the ASEAN, but rather this is the SAARC, and hence answer 2 is also wrong. So 1, 2 are wrong, the answer is D. It is related to SAARC, this is not related to ASEAN. Now we will go next question. Second forum on China Africa Cooperation Summit and 6th Ministerial Conference were held recently in Nairobi, Kenya. This is not Nairobi, Kenya. This is the right statement, but only one thing is wrong. That is Nairobi, which is capital of Kenya. But what is right? The right is South Africa, Johannesburg. So, on the 5th of December 2015, summit took place between complete African nation, like it took place in Delhi also. Delhi summit was India and Africa summit, India-Africa summit, and here China-Africa summit. So, it took place in Johannesburg on 5th December 2015, and only one thing is mistake, that is the Kenya. So, statement 1 is wrong. Now 2. The theme of the second forum on China-Africa cooperation was Africa-China progressing together, win-win cooperation for the common development. Yes, this is the win-win cooperation for the common development. They are doing win-win cooperation with India also. They are doing win-win cooperation with the China also. So, it is the win-win cooperation with the China. So, this is right. Answer 2 is correct. Statement 2 is correct, and the answer will be B. Now, the next question in the current affair. Question number is 16 as per the current affair. Consider following regarding Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Now, I will give little bit introduction and then I will come to the question and then you will understand. You know, we have a great gap between the required skill and the present skill in the India. We have great labor force in the India. We are talking big thing about demographic dividend, but demographic dividend cannot be potentially and completely used unless until we go for the skill development of the people of the India, recognizing this very fact. In the 2009, India came with the National Skill Development Program. We came with the National Skill Development Fund and many other National Skill Development Authority also. So it was the story of 2009 also, and in 2013 also one organization out of these three was formed. But there was no progress. We need to come with the impulsive action, and so that there must be the great progress. And recognizing this fact, in 2014, the current Narendra Modi government came with the making of a new ministry, and the name of the new ministry is Ministry of Skill Development and the Entrepreneurship. And under this ministry, all those 3-4 items will come. Like I told, National Skill Development Program. Like I told, National Skill Development Fund. Like I told, National Skill Development Authority. Everything will come here now. And we will do the training of the people. In 1 year, we have to do the training of 5 crore people. And in 6 years, till 2020. So starting in 2014 and will end in 2020, 6 years. So in 6 year time, 6 into 5 crore, that is 30 crore. So we have to do the skill updation, training, and to provide the certification. Every year 6 crore, every year 5 crore, and in 6 years 30 crore. This is the idea, to make the Indians completely export and skilled. You will surprise. China, 80 to 90% people are skilled. US, 52% people are skilled. India, only 4.5% people are skilled. How you can talk about the make in India? How you can talk about the demographic dividend? Even the demographic dividend of the China is going negative. Means China is becoming older nation now. And India is about to, encash the demographic dividend. But demographic dividend cannot be completely used if you don't have a skill. Recognizing this very fact, we have gone with this particular ministry and all the comprehensive program. So, I believe if you see all I have given you enough information, more than this question. If you see all the, statement, you will come with statement number 1, that it is the flagship outcome, best skill training scheme of the government of India, and will be under the Ministry of Micro. It is not under the Ministry of Micro, a small and medium sector enterprise. Rather, I told there is a new ministry for that, and that is Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and hence statement number 1 is incorrect. Now let us see statement number 4. The pre-existing skill of the person of the informal sector would not be included under it. What I told? Every year you have to give the training to the 5 crore people and also the certification. And out of those 5 crore people, 2/3 will be new people. and 1/3 will be old people, or at least 50% new people, 50% old people. Many old people, they have got the training in the past, but they have not achieved the certification. They need the certification, and it is the duty of the government to provide the certification, and we are going in that direction also. So to provide the certification, if the certification is not provided in the past, and also do the training of the older people, means old labor who have not achieved the skill, so that is also included, and statement number 4 says it is not included, so it is a wrong statement. So statement 2 and 3 only correct, and the answer is D. You come next question. Consider flowing regarding Majli Island. I will ask a question from you. What do you know about the Majli Island? It is very much in discussion in the geography and in the current affair also. You know, Brahmaputra is a great river of India. It has a great amount of, sediments. And due to siltation process and deposition, the Brahmaputra river has created a very big island in the middle of Brahmaputra river. So island is not only the phenomena in the ocean, island is also the phenomena inside the river, and that is the Majli Island. Now, India is trying continuously to get World Heritage status for that site, but due to certain issue, as of now we have not received this World Heritage site status. Just we are trying for that, and there are certain pressure, but we have to reduce the pressure, and regarding that the question is provided. Let us see the statements. Number 1, Centre is willing to give the island and World Heritage Site status. Correct. The island is located in Brahmaputra river in Assam. This is also correct. It is one of the smallest river island in the world, and it is not the smallest, it is the largest, and hence statement 3 is incorrect. Statement 4, Ministry of Tourism will develop Majli Island as eco-tourist destination. Yes, this is very good. Eco-tourism we can increase. It will also bring in the focus of UNESCO, and we will get the World Heritage Site status through that also. Okay, so I believe here the which are incorrect. So only 3 is incorrect, 1, 2 and 4 are correct, because it is very big island, we cannot say it is a smallest. So that's the reason 3 is incorrect and other are correct. So answer is B. Question number 18 as per current affair. Government has recently banned import of ammonium nitrate in loose form. This is because, what is ammonium nitrate? You know ammonia, ammonium sulfate, ammonium nitrate, ammonia. NH4 is called ammonia and NO3 is called nitrate. So NH4NO3, that is ammonium nitrate. What is the benefit? It is nitrogenous fertilizer, and it provides very big benefit and better than other nitrogen fertilizer for our agriculture field, hence required by our farmers. But what is the risk? Many good person or bad person also. It depends how you want to use the substance or the person. Ammonium nitrate is explosive. It can be diverted by the non-state actor, the terrorist, insurgent group, Maoist, to make IED, IED means improvised explosive device, that is called IED, and hence the government had to safeguard it. What is the recent provision? If a truck or a jeep or a vehicle is going with the ammonium nitrate, then 2 security guard has to be provided by the government for the safeguarding of the vehicle, and GPS has to be provided to the vehicle if ammonium nitrate is going with the vehicle. So, we are afraid of any such insurgent, Maoist or terrorist attack, and hence it has to be safeguarded, and hence answer A is correct, that it is extremely dangerous explosive substance and posed a threat to national security, and hence option A is correct. Next, consider following a statement about a smart city. I know you people are smart and you want to crack the IAS exam, but remember one thing, smartness will not work here. Persistency, continuity is required, and sustainability is required in a smart manner, sustainable. So, here a smart city has to be green city, a smart city has to be sustainable city, a smart city has to use the solar and the wind energy, and the smart city has to do the rainwater harvesting and other mechanism to safeguard our water, and a smart city has to do the growing of the grasses so that dust do not come in our environment, and also the plantation, and all this kind of concept are applied to make the city sustainable, and that is called a smart city. India is going with a plan for making of 100 smart city, and out of 100 around 98 smart city already we have, in the process we have given all the contact and all the in principle projects, they are in the process, 2 more will come, so target total is 100. So, regarding that we will see the statements. The smart city mission will be operated as centrally sponsored scheme. So, this is correct. Second, the focus is on sustainable and inclusive development. Yes, I talk you concept of sustainable development. All the smart city has to be sustainable and inclusive, and then only that will be a smart city. Without sustainability, no smart city. So, this is correct. 50 cities, what I talked? I talked about the 100 city. So, it is not 50. This is wrong statement. So, 1, 2 are only correct, and third is wrong. Here it is asked which is wrong. So, answer is C. Now, next question. Which of the following area are not correctly matched? I believe this is very factual question related to art and culture also and current affair, and here 1, 3 and 4 are matched, only second is not matched, that is Hornbill Festival, Nagaland, that is not matched. This other matches are provided here. Lasung Festival, that is in Arunachal Pradesh, and Hornbill Festival, Nagaland, Losar Festival, Ladakh, Jatra in the west. I believe it's better for this question. You see the data provided here, and answer is C here. Now, next question. Consider following statement with respect to the black box, that is flight recorder. Always incidents of the crash of the plane are happening in India and the world. Indonesia is also very famous nowadays. Many places in the Philippines, Indonesia, the flights are getting vanished. We are not getting such information regarding them for 1 month, 2 month time. We are always engaged in the research. It is also recently happened in India. This BSF, Border Security Force, this plane it got crashed. So what exactly is this black box? Black box is not black in color, black box is orange in color. That is the first point you please remember. Second point, it is not in the head but it is in the tail. That is the second point. Now you read the statement. Flight recorder is actually orange in color. This is correct. It is placed behind the nose of the aircraft, not nose but in the back side. So this is wrong, and here we will go with option A only because second is not correct. So it is orange in color and it is placed in the tail of the aircraft. So we are done with current affair discussion. Prepare well for 2016 PT examination. I will keep supporting you with my capacity, which we have greatly developed in the current affair field, international relations, and you be assured from my side that all the research material will be provided to you, and I will ably be guiding you throughout the process. Thank you very much.